Grounding is an activity that a lot of people talk about and that there's a lot of confusion about. There are things that you could do. Sandy Anastasi is one person that shows a lot of different ways to ground. She has like a copper ring with the little pieces on it that she brings over herself, which is a physical form of grounding. You can take a shower, you can walk barefoot, you can swim, take a bath, you can physically touch things or trees or plants. I've gone and sit in the park and then sit next to a tree and then dump all my energetic baggage onto the trees. They like it, they don't have a problem with it, they just use it again. You can eat or drink a lot of times after readings. You get really hungry, you start drinking quite a bit of things or eating, and this is a way to ground yourself, to connect back to physicality. We want to condition ourselves and ground ourselves for intuitive work. We ground ourselves by creating a grounding cord. Like you see here, it's almost like a person that sits on a bowl. The grounding cord really blocks into our root area, so we're going to connect the grounding cord into our root. When we connect it into our root area, which is very much into our root chakra, we then extend that into the earth, into a place where it then connects into the earth. I have a meditation that is basically there for grounding, so you can listen to that after this, and that would explain how to create the grounding cord, how to connect the grounding cord in, and all the rest of it. So you can follow the meditation, do the meditation. Remember, your two main things are intention, and your intention is to ground yourself. And then the second one is imagination, to really imagine what the grounding cord is like and to really get it connected into the place where you really feels correct. Also, to bring it into the earth in a place where it's very suitable. So, this is just very basically about grounding. If you want to ground yourself in just in general life, you can do all the other activities. But if you want to ground yourself in a situation where you feel ungrounded, you can connect a grounding cord to yourself. And in extreme cases, you can also ground other people. I wouldn't necessarily suggest you do that. However, if people are in your space and they don't want to get out of your space, you can ground them. They feel uncomfortable and they leave. I've done it with people before where one guy was bothering my people that were working for me, and I grounded him. And then when I grounded him, he started to feel uncomfortable and then he left. So it's really handy. You can do it with other people at your discretion. I would say ask the question if it's okay. If you need to really bring things into balance in extreme cases, you can ground someone. You're not really doing anything terrible to them. It's basically connecting them more to ground, so they're more solid and more connected to the earth, and then they just consider other people more. That's all. So where they floaty, they don't really consider people. They don't really bring their physicality into things so much, where they connect with how they disturb or upset other people. So they just floaty. If you ground them, then they just become more aware of people around them, which I think the whole world can really ground themselves right now. That would maybe be a really good exercise. I think maybe that should be a collective thing, not to heal the world, but to ground the world. That might maybe solve a whole lot of problems.